afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is Monday today, and it is 25 to 3, so I'm a little later today. Today has been a bit of a shit show, to be honest. As my mom said, your head's up your arse, which it kind of was all day today. But we'll talk about that after the day's bag. So if you follow me regularly, you will appreciate that I have a little bit of a soft spot for Canadian vintage leather bag designers, and more directly some of my kind of local-ish brands from yesteryear. One which I absolutely adore is Kitchener-based. They were Kitchener-based. I think 2017 they closed their doors. I think that's the timeline. Karnig Mann. I have probably half a dozen or so of his bags. And what I like about these brands, high fashion handbags, Karnig Mann, Elegance, Durabuilt, like all these kind of Canada-based brands, is first of all, these are all European. Do I know definitively? No, I don't. Am I kind of reading between the lines? Of course I am. I don't know Karnig Mann, but with a name like Karnig Mann and being based in Kitchener, Ontario, which is a Mennonite community for the most part, parts of it are exclusively Mennonite, like horse and buggy and the whole thing. And having had a conversation with a senior gentleman at a retirement home late last year who had a gentleman's clothing store, who told me that he used to go to Kitchener back in the day, 70s, 80s, to get all of his leather belts, shoes, and did carry some attaché cases, briefcases, that kind of thing. It clearly was a hub for craftsmanship, and the wood furniture that you can purchase in this part of Ontario is insane. So it was a very European craft-based part of Southern Ontario, and to some extent it still is. If you've ever been to Kitchener, you've been to St. Jacobs, excuse me, which is where a lot of the Mennonites sell their wares at St. Jacobs Market. And if you haven't been to St. Jacobs Market, you need to go, because it is quite spectacular in the summer months. They have an outdoor market and an indoor market. The indoor market, I think, is open all year round. Obviously, the outdoor market is not, as I look at the snow that is on the ground outside. Leather Bag Lady weather report. On my way to see my clients this morning, the snow was insane coming over the Skyway. And then I got to Burlington and there was nothing. So it really is crazy pants in this part of the world. But anyway, back to the bag. So this pretty little bag is by Karnig Mann. And I will pick up his stuff, in good condition, obviously, all the time. Is this kind of my typical bag to pick up? Not really. But, oh, some little lady's had this in her closet. I've had a few of those the last couple of weeks. And their perfume or their handkerchief was inside with some scent on it. But his bags are always super, super simple. And I think that is a trend across all of these Canadian-made bags that I'm talking about. But there's always a little something, something. And that little something, something is these little knot details. Like just simple, simple, simple. You know, this little knot helps to hold down the corners. And then like the ruching, it almost has like a bit of a paper bag look. And it's purple. And I mean, it's Barney purple. So not everybody loves purple, but if you love it, you are crazy, crazy about it. So there's no gusset, but there's a couple of little darts on this side that will give you a little bit of a base once you get your items in there. And it is a flap over, beautiful raw leather. Now, this bag does have a couple of little issues. One being that it is a little dusty. I've done my best. Actually, I will tell you the truth. I really didn't do a lot with it. And then I went to photograph it and I opened it up and I was like, oh, I can't take a picture of that. And then I discovered that the lining comes out and it was disgusting. And I'm like, okay, girlfriend, you are very distracted in life right now, but your bags adhere to your own standards. So I went and I pulled the inside out and I washed it all, and we are back to the regular leather bag lady handbag standard. So there's your Karnig Mann tag, and I mean, it's not Karnig Mann Canada, it's Karnig Mann made in Canada. And this is all velvet with one zipper pocket, and then this is all raw leather, which I just love. And the strap is just a simple little shoulder strap. I think it's 20-inch strap drop. So can you get it crossbody? Yeah, it'd be a high sitting crossbody. I just worked out. I did not work. We'll talk about this in a minute. Shoulder for sure. And I mean, it's a very slimline little bag with, you know, like I said, a little bit of width here for you to put some items in. But it is, I can just see this with a pretty little yellow sundress or a white sundress or a pink sundress. Mind you, that might be a little much, but even like mint green and purple are beautiful. So it is, spring is coming. It's on its way. We already had our clocks go forward here in this part of the world, which I think is why my head is up my ass today, because this weekend we were at the house and I was going to do a little video for you, and then it just kind of went in one ear and out the other. Saturday, we were so tired. I had planned to make dinner, and we went to the dump, and we had like a whole 16 by 15 room of flooring, laminate flooring to throw out that we had lifted from my house, plus the couch, plus I was so tired. We were leaving the dump, and I said to Pius, I said, how do you feel about a Big Mac? Because it wasn't so much the cooking. It was the cleaning up and the stand. I couldn't move. I was so sore. And I wasn't even really the one doing all the work. It was Pius. But I was helping him lift things, and I was the runner to take stuff out to the truck. But the flooring is down. All my cabinets are back in place where they were 16 years ago when I first bought the house, and I moved them. I bought them all. They're all Billy bookcases from IKEA. I'm sure everybody knows what a Billy bookcase looks like. Well, I have 4 big ones with doors and all the rest of it, which we're using 3. And then I have 3 more kind of good sized shelves, and then 2 little skinny CD ones, which I'm not using for CDs. I've put some vases and stuff like that. I've got to get all the shit out of the kitchen and out of the bedroom and out of the bathroom. We move in 2 weeks. Like, I am just, oh my God, I am so overwhelmed. I just got home from my clients. I worked out because I did not work out this morning. Pius called me at about 7:30. And he's like, you haven't called me yet this morning. I was like, yeah, you know. He's like, Harry comes to get you in 45 minutes. I'm like, ah! He's like, have you worked out? I'm like, no. So I wasn't going to bother. And then I thought, you know what? I am in such a state of disarray already. Not working out is going to make me feel like an even bigger bag of shit. So I just worked out, something I do not enjoy doing in the middle of the day, but I just got it done. And even as I'm doing my weights, I'm like, oh, you know, I'll only do 2 sets. I'm like, no. Get it done. It was your fault you didn't get up early and get it done. The clocks have gone forward. Oh, well, boo-hoo. Get it done. So I did get it done. And then while I'm working out, because all my bags are down there, I pick out the bag that I'm going to highlight. This is whether I'm working out at 5:30 in the morning or 1:30 in the afternoon. I pick the bag. So I had picked the purple bag, and here we are. The snow on Friday was pretty significant. It wasn't as bad as the previous Friday, but we still had to dig out. And Grant, our neighbor across the street, God bless him, he snowblowed a lot of it for us. So Saturday morning, I made breakfast. Pius was out there shoveling, a little anal with his shoveling, I must say. It was really quite cute to watch him. And I'm standing in the window, and I was getting ready to do something stupid, and he didn't even see me. I'm like, oh my God, have I slimmed down that much that he doesn't even know I'm here? No. But anyway, we worked really hard. Yesterday, we got the rest of the whatever it's called, ply down for the flooring. As I said, we put all the cabinets back. So really all we have to do now is 2 small areas of flooring, behind the front door, behind the bathroom door. And then that is it. We're going to staple some tarps to the ceiling, just because I don't know about you, but there's no way I'm getting a restful sleep looking at beams that are covered in like 100 years worth of shit and insulation, and God knows what creepy crawlies are running around up there. So no, we need to cover them. And then not this coming weekend, but the weekend afterwards, we're moving furniture, because we have to be out by the 31st, which is a Friday. And Monday to Friday, my man works. So I'm getting really stressed out about it. I really am. I'm having to just kind of calm myself. I wrote a list of what I needed to get done for the rest of today. So I've got a bunch of things to list on Marketplace. So I've done that, or I'm starting to do that. And then I'm going to go through my clothes later, the clothes that I have here, because I'm a bit of a clothes horse in that I tend not to be the same size for any great length of time. So I have a skinny wardrobe, a not so skinny wardrobe, and a not skinny wardrobe. So I've got tons of clothes, and it's been absolutely an eye-opener to see just how few clothes I have used being here, because I've lived here with Pius probably since the first week in July. So what are we pushing? 8 months? And the clothes that I have here are all, I mean, you see me wearing the same freaking hoodies every day, and I'm okay with that. So a lot of the clothes that I have are going to be making their way to Value Village, and Pius has to do the same. I have never met a man who has as many shirts as this man does. So we need to go through all of that shit. And what I'm going to do is use the clothing to wrap up some of the breakables that I am going to be donating from my house, because I can't keep it all. I just can't. So, yeah, there's going to be some big decisions made. And oh my goodness me. But I do think I've gotten rid of one of my cabinets tonight. The ladies come to pick it up. I really like it. But you know what? The motto in my house is going to be, if it's not earning its keep, I can't have it. And by earning its keep, it has to either be something we use every day. It has to be storage. It has to perform a multitude of things, because it's too small. The house is too small. Like the main room is 15 by 16. And that is living room, dining room, probably workout room. Like it's not a big place. So I need to I've got a cup of tea here, which will probably be cold by the time I'm finished with you. But that is about it. We are just getting down to the wire. And, I'll show you what we bought. This, just to leave you with. Woo! Isn't he the cutest thing? He's a little Harley gnome, because Pius's nickname is Gnome because Pius is not the tallest man on the block. I do not care, but he does get ribbed about it a fair bit. So when we went to the Butter Tart show, we met this lady who had these little guys, and it had an orange hat, but nothing else. So we said, do you have any Harley? And she said, oh, I'm waiting for some patches. So wasn't a cheap little guy, but cute, cute, cute. So that is it for me for today. My videos are going to be sporadic, and my roots project, what was I thinking? I do not have time, and I did do the pebbles and I photographed them, and I just don't have the time. And I actually costed out what it's going to cost me to get the pebble, put the crystal on the pebble, attach the pebble to a business card, put the pebble in a little plastic bag, put it in an envelope, mail it, and it's like, oh dear Lord, woman, it is just way too expensive. So, but that's how you learn, right? You try these things and you learn. So that may need to be rejigged again, but who knows? Anyway, everybody, hope you're having a wonderful start to another week. We're in the middle of March, middle of Lent. No drinky poos yet. However, St. Patrick's Day, I think we may. I've been told, I could be wrong, that St. Patrick's Day was initially created so that the Catholics could have a day off from Lent. I don't know if that's true. Somebody told me that. I think it was my friend Pamela, because I usually give up something, and it's usually chocolate and booze because I like both. And I remember Pamela invited me out for St. Patrick's Day, and I said, I can't. And she's like, girl, it's a Catholic holiday, so they can get a day off Lent. I'm like, okay, that's enough for me. So like I said, I have no idea if that's true. Ooh, having a hot flush. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.